Shalom, coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rakha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This lesson is going to be titled, give me a second, The Lord's Web. Okay. It's going to be a short one, but an important one nonetheless. So let's go into the word web. Web, woven fabric, woven work, tapestry, Proto-Germanic, wabjam, fabric, web, to weave, right? Then you go down here, an intricate network suggesting something that was formed by weaving or interweaving, right? An intricate trap that entangles or ensnares its victim. I like this one, an interconnected system of things or people, right? The first one and this one are like the best ones. Actually, let's keep reading. Computer network consisting of a collection of internet sites that offer text and graphics and sounds and animation resources through the hypertext transfer protocol. Okay. So we're going to start at Psalms 19. Psalms 19 and 10. More to be desired. Oh, slack. We're going to start off at 1. Slack, yeah. The heavens declare the glory of Yahweh, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. Right? So the firmament is the sky. Okay? Right? That's what the firmament means. But as you keep reading it, it lets you know that it's not actually talking about the firmament, so to speak. Yes, it is the sky, but what's in the sky? Right? We have the satellites, right? You know, in space, we have satellites. And what do those satellites connect? Well, they connect the internet, you know, the web, the World Wide Web, WWW, right? So that's what it's referring to when it's saying it's showing his handiwork. Because what handiwork is it showing? Showing his handiwork of his men, right? His men doing the work, putting up videos, going to camp, you know, all the videos that are being put up, all the lessons that are being put up, right? So that's the Most High's handiwork being shown in the firmament, right? Because it continues, it says, day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. And that's what happens, because you have brothers in North America putting up videos, and you have brothers on the other side of the world putting up videos. So when brothers are sleeping, brothers are awake, right? So there's constant speech going out, right? And knowledge being put out constantly, nonstop, right? It's a juggernaut. This truth is a juggernaut. Once it gets going, you can't stop it, right? Once John came back and it started up, once it started going, just didn't stop. Just kept on going, gained more momentum, and more momentum, right? And now it's this unstoppable juggernaut, which Esau's trying to stop. Verse 3, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Yeah, and it's spoken in different languages. You got Dutch, you got English, you got Spanish, you got, I think there's French, I believe. You got Italian, right? Then you have in the African countries, in Africa, you know, you have Tree, Fanti, you know, and you have the other countries in Africa, right? So it's everywhere, right? Even in the Philippines, I believe, right? So it's everywhere. Verse 4, their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world, right? So all around the world. In them hath he set the tabernacle for the sun, right? So now we're going to jump to Romans, right? Because these wicked elite are trying to stop the truth. They can't. They don't understand it's a juggernaut, right? And actually, let's just go in the word juggernaut real quick. And if you know the juggernaut from X-Men, right? The juggernaut had the power where he basically, once he gets momentum, he can't be stopped by anybody. I think the only person that was able to stop him was Magneto, because he had, you know, magnetic powers with metal. But besides that, no one could stop him. Juggernaut, an idea, custom, fashion that demands either blind devotion or merciless sacrifice. Wow, I did not know that. Right, and yeah, in this truth, you need blind. Well, it's not blind devotion, really. You need devotion, right? And you have to mercilessly sacrifice yourself for this truth, because there might be a point where you have to die, right? Huge dragon bearing an image. No, I didn't know I meant that. That's interesting. Okay, here we go. This is from Sanskrit Jagat, the world, men, and beasts. Literally, the moving all that moves. This is about movement. To go come. And you got down here. A massive, inexorable force that seems to crush everything in its way. Oh, I like that. Steamroller is another synonym. Yeah. Because truth is going to steamroll other doctrines, right? It's rolling over other doctrines. It's trampling other doctrines. It's trampling to the earth, to the ground, making it dust, right? It crushes anything that's in its way, anything and everything. Romans 10 and 18. Romans 10 and 18. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words onto the ends of the world. So all around the world is going to hear this truth. They already heard it, actually. It's already been heard all around the world. It's already spreaded, right? And so all it's doing now is it's bringing more life and bringing more fruit now, right? The seeds have been planted. Now they're growing. They're grabbing roots. They're growing stems, and then the leaves and the branches are growing, and fruits are starting to come off of these trees, these fig trees, you know? But these are still things you can stop it. You can't. Matthew 24 and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all. This is Yahushua speaking, because that's what's in red. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. So, and the reason why it's spoken to all nations is because Israel is scattered within all nations, right? Because at the end of the day, this gospel is just for Israel. Now, the other nations do need to know what's going to happen to them, right? But this truth is only for Israel, right? And the thing is, Israel is scattered through all the nations, right? The scriptures refer to Israel becoming like a speckled bird, right? So that's why the prophets have to, and the prophets and apostles had to go and preach throughout all the nations to gather Israel back, right? And really gather the elect back, right? But Israel also needs to know who they are too, because they can't have a cloak for their sins, right? So that's another scripture, roughly paraphrasing. And then shall the end come. Okay? So once it's preached to all the nations, then the end will come. And you already see that we're at the end now. Right? It's just a matter of time till we're out of here. Things are speeding up. So the last one, 16 and 15. And he said unto them, go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. That's why, you have to preach, because you don't know. You have no idea who is one of the elect. You have no idea. We don't even know if we're one of the elect. That's why we're the hopeful elect, right? So you can't really look at someone. I mean, realistically, you can't look at someone and just say, oh yeah, he can't be one of the elect, because of the way he might be, the way the man might be presenting himself. Maybe he has bagged up clothes or whatever. Or he just looks like a bum, At the end of the day, the Most High is the one that chooses. You don't choose. Yahweh Shem Yahushai chooses. So at the end of the day, even if a bum, you're in camp and the bum comes to the camp and, he's asking questions, you still have to give him the truth, because you have no idea. The Most High can change anybody. He can clean up anybody, no matter how dirty they look, right? He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. That's what I'm referring to is them not having cloak for their sins, right? Let me see if I can get that cloak. Okay, Khan, Thwad Yahweh Shem Shai. John 15:22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. So since they didn't know the truth before, right? They didn't sin because they didn't have the truth. But now they had the truth. They didn't have no cloak. And a cloak is something that you cover yourself with, right? They have no cloak to cover their sin. So therefore now they're sinning, right? So now they're guilty. Okay, Mark 16, and we're at 15, or slack. Okay, 17. And these signs shall follow them that believe in my name. Shall they cast out devils? They shall speak with new tongues, right? Yeah, we are speaking in new tongues, speaking Hebrew. That's one tongue that's new, right? That's a new tongue. That's definitely a new tongue. And, and we are casting out devils. We're casting out devils within ourselves that we have accumulated through the world, because the world is just a wicked place. And devils even with people around us, your family members, your woman, whoever, other brothers, you're rebuking them. You're casting that devil out, right? But I don't know if people, people really realize that's what they're doing. Verse 18, the last one, they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. Yeah, and the Most High is going to be watching you, right? When you're in the truth, he's watching you. He's watching over you. So there's times where, you really, realistically, like, certain things should have messed you up, and it didn't, I can speak for myself. That's happened multiple times, and it's because the Most High was watching me. He's watching over me. He was taking care of me. Then he would, what's the word I'm looking for? Reveal what was going on. So then I corrected myself, right? But, Most High is always going to be watching your back. But the point is that, this truth is spread throughout the whole planet, and it's a juggernaut. It's a steamroller. It can't be stopped, and it's going to keep going until it's, completed its mission, which is heralding into the coming of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, right? So I hope this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect. And I'd like to close out by saying, Ka halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kudash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Death and destruction to this wicked kingdom, and the 2/3 as well. Kwam Yasharala, Abad Babal, Shalom.